Hey guys, it's Kenton Becker with Land Home Financial, and I'm here again with another weekly video tip for you. Now this week's tip, I want to talk about 5 mortgage myths and I want to debunk them. The first myth is only low-income individuals can qualify for down payment assistance programs. Most people, when they think of down payment assistance, they think, oh, well, my income's got to be really low to get down payment assistance. Would you be surprised to know that the income limit for down payment assistance is $145,000? In other words, if you make under $145,000, you may qualify for down payment assistance through one of the state programs. You don't have to have low income to still get down payment assistance covered. Myth number 2 is credit scores can take years to improve. Well, this is partially true. It does take a little while to really change your credit score, but it doesn't always take years. A lot of times we're seeing clients' credit scores drastically improve within just as little as 4 to 6 months. It all depends on what you're doing. If you're working on paying down debt, paying off credit cards, that can take as little as 30 to 60 days for that to update the credit score and see major improvements. If you're talking about just you need to show on-time payments and get rid of the collections and late payments you've had, that's going to take a little bit longer, but typically it's not years that it takes to get that credit score up. Myth number 3 is a low interest rate is the most important factor when selecting a lender. No, this is not the most important factor. When you're selecting the right lender, you need to consider all things. Customer service, how quickly they can close, what kind of experience level they have, depending on the programs you're using. All those things in addition to finding somebody who can give you great rates, great closing costs, that kind of thing. And don't just focus on the interest rate, because if you overlook those other areas, you may get a great rate, but you may have a horrible process going through that loan, or in some situations, maybe your loan doesn't even close at all because the company you're working with was really bad. Just be very cautious on looking only at interest rate and consider the other things that go along with it. Myth number 4 is a realtor and a real estate agent, they're the same thing. No, that's not true. A realtor is somebody who works for the National Association of Realtors, and they definitely are held to a little bit higher standard of ethics, accountability, and everything that goes with it. That's not saying that realtors are better than real estate agents, but there is a difference. And if that's something that's valuable to you, definitely look into the difference. Go on the National Association of Realtors website and see what that difference is. And if it's something that's valuable to you, then you know the difference there and you can make the right decision when selecting a good real estate agent. Okay, so myth number 5 is a prospective home buyer should go with the lender who advertises the lowest interest rate. I would say probably stay away from a lender that advertises only low rates. If they don't tell you anything about their customer reviews, customer service, how quickly they can close, if they're not willing to share any of that extra information with you and all they want to show you is their rates, it's probably because that other stuff is not very good. You might get a great rate, that's true, but it might take you 60 days to go through the closing to where no seller is going to accept your offer. Or maybe to go through that process, the customer service is just painful to deal with. These are all things that you need to consider and not just always focus on that best interest rate, but focus on the other things that go in with it so that this experience of buying a home is a fun one. It shouldn't be a painful process to go through. Okay, there's 5 myths that you can kind of take a look at. Hopefully I debunked some of those for you. If there's something that you've heard of that's a myth, let me know about it. I'd love to answer your questions on this. Give me a call at my contact information below, or you can comment below. So thanks so much for joining me this week and have a great week.